You've spent years preparing for a moment you never let begin. You call it timing, but deep down it's hesitation dressed in hope. You keep waiting for a sign, a green light, a word from someone who never built what you're building. You say you're being patient, but really you're asking the universe to repeat itself, and it already did 1,000 times. Through the restlessness, through the coincidences, through the closed doors that were never supposed to open. You've prayed for clarity while ignoring instruction. You've called it confusion when it's really conviction you refused to act on. Because moving in purpose means risking visibility, and visibility threatens the version of you that hid so well in silence. You mastered alignment and stillness, but alignment was never meant to stay still. It was meant to move. Purpose isn't waiting for perfect timing. It's built in motion. It only reveals itself while you're walking. So if you keep waiting for permission, you'll spend your life rehearsing a role you were born to perform live. Purpose is like a compass, beautiful in your hand, useless on your shelf. It doesn't glow until you start walking. Imagine driving at night with headlights that only illuminate the next 100 feet. You can't see the entire road, only the next stretch. But that's all you need. Motion reveals direction. Waiting for certainty before you move is like waiting for the ocean to flatten before you swim. You'll never see calm water from the shore. You have to step in while it's still wild. Alignment is the internal tide. Purpose is the act of trusting it to carry you. You're not lost. You're simply paused in a story that requires movement to make sense. Every time you delay action for approval, you forfeit the miracle of momentum. The universe doesn't hand out permission slips. It sends nudges. It whispers through frustration, presses through boredom, and tests through opportunities disguised as inconvenience. You'll know it's time when not moving starts hurting more than uncertainty does. Permission is a postponed yes. Every time you wait for someone to validate your dream, you hand them authorship of your destiny. People can't sign contracts written for your soul. Clarity comes from contact. You keep asking what the next step is, but the next step only exists after the first one. Movement writes the map. You don't need consensus to be chosen. The crowd didn't approve of prophets either. If your purpose needed popularity, it wouldn't be purpose. It would be trend. Fear is a false forecast. It tells you you're not ready, but readiness is the reward for beginning, not the requirement. Rejection is redirection. When alignment reroutes you, it's not betrayal, it's choreography. You're being moved into rooms where your frequency fits the furniture. Waiting can be a disguise for disobedience. Patience is holy when it honors preparation, but poisonous when it hides procrastination. Ask yourself if you're truly refining or quietly retreating. Faith is the courage to move while the ink is still drying. You won't have every detail. You're not supposed to. Purpose is a partnership between instinct and evidence, and instinct always walks first. When you move, the universe moves with you. Not before, not after, but with. That's alignment in motion. Here's the education hidden inside every delayed dream. You already have enough information to start. Purpose is progressive revelation. The first step teaches you the second. The lesson is in the movement. So how do you walk in purpose without waiting for permission? Step 1. Decide to trust your frequency. Your intuition is the universe speaking your language. Every time you ignore it, you teach the universe to whisper. Every time you honor it, it starts speaking louder. Step 2. Detach from audience approval. You're not building for applause. You're building for assignment. Your purpose won't always trend, but it will always transform. Step 3. Measure movement, not mileage. You may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you are. Progress is purpose's love language. Step 4. Act before you answer. Sometimes obedience is an instinct, not a strategy. Do it when your spirit says now, even if your logic says wait. Step 5. Normalize being uncomfortable. Discomfort isn't danger, it's data. It tells you growth is present. Every divine assignment comes wrapped in something unfamiliar. Step 6. Walk anyway. When the doubt gets loud, remember what alignment sounds like. Quiet conviction. That's the sound of destiny breathing under your ribs. You don't need the plan to be perfect. You just need to be present enough to pivot. Because purpose isn't a finish line. It's a lifestyle of continual becoming. And if you stay still out of fear, you'll mistake preparation for procrastination. Movement clarifies miracles. Walk, even if you wobble. Crawl, if that's all you can manage. The universe adjusts for courage. Every masterpiece began with a single motion, a brushstroke, a word, a breath, a step. Yours begins now. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Perfect timing is any moment you choose to move. You don't need more confirmation. You are the confirmation. You don't need validation. You need velocity. The world won't adjust to accommodate your hesitation, but it will align itself around your decision. Every time you act in purpose, you send a signal to the universe that says, I'm ready to receive what obedience attracts. Walk, not because it's easy, but because standing still is suffocating. This is your permission slip to stop waiting for one. This was entry 4. How to stop waiting for permission and start walking in purpose. The next frequency begins where motion stops proving and the mouth remembers what the soul already knows.